Every time you cook, I can never manage to eat what you made. I just can't digest it.
Mom, you're just being picky. Come on, don't turn it down before you've even tried it. Just eat it.
That's not all it is, you know. I have to pay so much attention to you and make sure you're not doing anything wrong. It's exhausting. I'm so tired all the time. As soon as it hits 9 in the evening, I just want to go to bed.
Well, it's pretty normal to get tired when you have a big meal, Mom. It's called a food coma.
Listen to me, Hannah, and stop speaking to me like I'm an idiot. You're acting like a spoiled brat. I gave birth to you. You should show me some more respect than this.
There's no need to be rude, though. What if you got rid of the rude words and tried saying that again?
You know, I don't think there's a single parent in the whole world who wants their child to take the wrong path like you have.
Mom, you can't just say everything I do is wrong because it's not what you would have done. Being my mom doesn't mean you always know what's right for me. It's my wedding at the end of the day. What kind of time do you think we're living in that you expect me to marry the person you tell me to, instead of who I love? Why are you against this anyway?
Are you asking because you really don't know why I don't want you to do it?
Of course! I don't see what the problem is.
He broke up with his girlfriend, who was a doctor, by the way, and then went running after her mom at the hospital. It was just pathetic of him to make such a fuss and cause a huge scene like that.
Mom, that all happened years ago. We've moved on. It's just what the other girl's mom said because she was disappointed. She was trying to make him look bad. That's all. It's not some kind of big problem that you need to be worried about. Besides, it all happened before I even started dating him. Just leave it in the past.
He broke up with a woman he was engaged to. He's an idiot. I just know it. He's not a responsible guy. I bet he breaks up with every girl he dates when he decides he's had enough of them.
It's not about being responsible, Mom. The girl's mother was against their marriage, so they called it off. Realistically, there aren't many men who would go ahead with the wedding if their fiancé's parents weren't supportive. Why would you want to join a family that openly doesn't like you?
And who told you that?
No one needed to tell me anything. It's plain common sense.
Okay, fine. So let's say he broke things off with her because her mom wasn't supportive of their marriage. Why is he okay with me being against it now? What's the difference?
Because he learned from what happened to him last time. He doesn't want to make the same mistake twice.
I literally own 2 buildings. If you added up all my assets and figured out my net worth, it would be millions. You're due to inherit it all, too. Of course he doesn't want to give up on marrying you that easily.
Mom, you're getting yourself all worked up over nothing.
As soon as I tell people that I own some buildings and rent out the apartments, I can see the greed light up in people's eyes. Once they know that, it shows me exactly what kind of a person they are.
I don't think you can say you know who someone is based on their eyes, though.
No, I won't change my mind about this. I can't support it. I know he just wants you for your money in the future.
Well, you're free to think whatever you want.
There isn't a parent alive who would want their child to do something like this, but you've clearly beaten me. Make no mistake, just because I'm closing my eyes to this doesn't mean I've given you my permission. I still don't like that the 2 of you are getting married, and I am very much against it.
Mom, can you please just keep your thoughts to yourself for once? Why would you say something like that?
What? Do I need to control myself around the man that's going to marry my daughter? He should know how I feel about this, too. I hope this will scare him off, and he should know that he certainly won't be getting any wedding presents from me.
Mom, please.
I know I've said it once, but I'll say it again. I'm not happy about this, and I haven't given my blessing on your wedding. This is not a sign that I've given up.
Seriously, Mom, I don't understand why you're being like this.
I guess you can just take my daughter off my hands, then. Honestly, I'd rather get this over with quickly. I'm sick and tired of her complaining. I told you I'm against the wedding, but you're clearly determined to ignore me and go ahead with it. I also want to get married as soon as possible. I'm excited to be with your daughter. It would be great if you could help us choose a date. Obviously, we want you to be there to celebrate with us. I told you, just sort everything out by yourselves. It's not my problem. I may have given up on trying to stop you, But that doesn't mean I'm going to help the wedding go ahead. You clearly have expensive taste and a good eye, so I'm expecting some beautiful gifts as thanks for letting you marry my daughter. Are you going to buy a house together? How big will it be? Unless, maybe you'll have to just buy an apartment since you will have spent all your money on the wedding. Yes, we found a huge penthouse place downtown that we're planning on moving into. What? A penthouse? There are only going to be 2 of you living there. Why on earth do you need so much space? Well, we figured that if we have a baby a few years down the road, it would give us enough space and we could all fit comfortably. It would give us room to grow. I've got some money in savings that we're going to put towards it, so it should be affordable for us. That doesn't sound like you're going to have much money left after paying your bills, though. I've heard from my daughter that you're living in a townhouse with your mom right now. Is that true? Why don't you get her to move out and the 2 of you can live there? It could be her wedding present to you.
Okay, Mom, that's enough. Come on, babe. There's no reason for us to sit here listening to this anymore.
You're a doctor. You have to be sensible with these things so you don't spend your whole salary on rent. I really don't see how I'm asking too much to say she has to give you a house. My daughter is a doctor too, you know. You're lucky to be marrying her. She's the CEO of the hospital you work at.
Babe, let's go. She's just acting crazy. I'm so sorry about that whole mess, honey. My mom isn't going to apologize, so I'll just have to apologize for her.
I don't understand why she was acting like I've been demanding all kinds of things from her. Have I ever said that I expected her to give us everything on a silver platter? I don't see why she was being so aggressive when I haven't done anything wrong. Was she just trying to test me? Is she trying to see if I'm going to be a good enough husband for you?
I know she's a lot, but you have to try and understand where she's coming from. Obviously, my dad passed away when I was really young, as you know, so she raised all us kids completely on her own. Anyway, she's always set really clear boundaries with people to protect us and our family.
It just felt like she didn't really know me, but she was trying to bring me down and make me feel self-conscious about not being good enough, you know?
I know, babe, and I'm really sorry. But you should know, my mom isn't the type to be forgiving. She will hold a grudge for her entire life, I swear. Once she makes up her mind about someone, she really won't listen to a word they have to say again.
I guess whoever did her wrong will forget almost immediately, but she will remember forever.
Although, honey, do you remember what my mom said about the apartment? I think she might actually have a good point.
What do you mean?
Well, the 2 of us are so busy at the hospital every day. I don't want to stay at home like I know some women do. I just don't fancy spending my life cooking and cleaning our apartment.
What's your point?
I think we should go with the other apartment that we saw first. The smaller one. The penthouse is just too big. We don't need all that space.
Well, how big is the house you're living in right now?
What? Why are you asking?
I just want to know how big the house that you and your mom live in is.
I mean, it's about double the size of the first apartment, sure.
So, do you think the 2 of us will be able to fit into an apartment half the size of your current house?
Of course we could. Why wouldn't we?
Well, it's easy to move from a smaller place into a bigger one, but it's really tough to downsize. I think we should go with the apartment, or we'll feel like we're crammed into a tiny shoebox. I have some stocks that I invested in, and the house that me and my mom are living in. If I sell the house and the stocks, it's more than enough to buy the penthouse and have some money left over.
What? Babe, are you seriously saying you would make your mom sell her house and have to figure out where to live? You don't see how that's pretty unfair.
My mom has always said this is something she wanted to do for me when I got married. It was important to her that I settled down, and she told me that when I did, she would go back to her hometown and live with my aunt, who already has a place there. Let's just go with my plan. Trust me.
Honey, I think you're worrying too much about how you look. You don't need a huge apartment. How can you tell your mom to do that for you?
There's no other way. I just want to live in a big place where we have room to spread out and grow. I'm a doctor. I want to look successful. You've been living in a big place until now. If you suddenly had to live somewhere half the size, I think you would really struggle and feel cramped.
I told you, it doesn't matter to me. I'm happy wherever if I'm with you.
Okay, well, I'm not okay with living in a small apartment. If we do get married and you don't move into the big apartment with me, I'm going to be really upset. I won't forget this, you know. I'm trying to set a boundary here.
When my mom sees us living a happy life together, she'll back off and calm down. Trust me.
I don't know.
Hey, babe, do you think you'll be able to pick me up from the hospital at about midnight?
Oh man, are you working the night shift again? Are you going to be in surgery?
Yeah, I'll actually be with Dr. Smith's daughter.
Oh, are you seeing his daughter?
Yes, she's getting married next year. I just heard about it recently. She had a nose job, but apparently everything they had built in her nose is just falling apart. She needs reconstructive surgery and some cartilage being added for support.
Sure, I can come and collect you afterwards. It's dangerous to drive after a surgery. You'll be too tired. I wouldn't want you coming home on your own after a long day.
Great, thank you, honey. I appreciate it.
So you enjoyed your vacation then?
Mom, please don't even ask a single thing about it. It was absolutely pouring with rain the entire trip. I had a stomachache the whole time, too. I think I ate something bad on the first day.
You know, it could have been from the water. Some of these far-off places don't have the best pipe system, and the tap water isn't safe to drink.
Maybe you're right. Is everything okay with you, though? Your face looks a bit off. Are you alright? Did you just sleep badly last night or something?
Oh, I felt sick all night and barely slept. I guess I have some dark circles now.
She just keeps saying this because she still won't approve of the wedding. She's trying to make me feel bad, like her bad stomach is just anxiety about me. She must be embarrassed to see Mark after how she acted last time, and it's making her feel nervous.
Hey, Mark. Yes, ma'am. Why won't you look me in the eye? You're looking around like you feel guilty about something. Well, she has absolutely no self-awareness. Think about how you spoke to me the last time we saw each other, and then think about why I'm not making eye contact. If one of us is feeling guilty, it should be you. Of course, I know I spoke badly about you and was very honest about my feelings when we spoke before, but just forget about everything I said before the wedding now. If you have a daughter one day, you'll understand why I acted the way I did. Children are so precious, and you just want to protect them from the world forever. Besides, whoever she married was going to be part of my family too, so I had to think about that and how you would fit into our lives. I was hoping she might marry into a family that was a bit more successful or had some more going for them. Oh.
Babe, aren't you going to say anything? Why have you gone quiet?
Well, I know it can be hard for men to forget about a time when their pride was bruised, but let's just leave all that in the past, okay? Let's just move on from the whole situation, and the two of you can live happily ever after. If you both work hard and do your best for each other, I'm sure you'll be just fine.
Hey, babe.
Yes, honey. What's up?
I think you forgot to run the laundry machine after you got home from work yesterday. It hasn't been on.
I mean, I was watching the football game.
You can't just use that as an excuse, babe. We both agreed that we are uncomfortable with hiring a cleaner to come around and help. But this isn't going to work if we don't both contribute to getting the chores done.
Is someone going to come over and test how clean our house is? Why is this such a big deal to you? It's just laundry. Just forget about it and let's move on. This doesn't need to turn into a fight.
Well, it's just that you forget about doing your share of the jobs about 9 times out of 10. I feel like I'm doing almost all of the housework lately.
Well then, what exactly have you been doing?
Yesterday I had another night surgery, so I was in the hospital until late. And I asked you to do the laundry about 2 days ago. We have towels and socks and things that need washing, so we really need to do a load of washing at least every couple of days to keep on top of things.
Are you so short on money that you're having to take on night surgeries? Is the extra pay really worth it?
I took the surgery because I knew it would help me get closer to a promotion. It was a really challenging case. I was glad the bosses trusted me with doing it.
I guess the money really does feel good, huh?
No, that wasn't what it was about at all. One of the senior doctors asked me if I could help them out, and it was great experience for me anyway. They were filming a video about the case and how it was being treated to be posted online, so it's good for promoting the hospital too. I wasn't just doing it for the money.
Sure, honey, whatever you say.
When you get home from work, can you please just do the laundry before you sit down? There's a whole bunch of leftovers in the fridge too that have been there forever. You need to throw those out before they start to smell bad. The fridge is a complete mess since we're both not great at remembering to cook food at home. So please, can you just clean it out a bit?
Do you think I went to medical school and became a doctor so that I could spend my days clearing out old food in the fridge? Why should I have to do that?
Well then, why did you get a doctor's license? We have the same qualifications. If we followed your logic, we would just have more and more moldy food in the fridge. I'm just asking you to help me out here. That's all.
Fine. What do you want me to do? Is there anything else to add to my list of jobs?
Okay, there's no need to get angry. I just need you to run a load of laundry and clear out the old food in the fridge. That's all. Those are the only 2 jobs that really need doing. Besides, if you can do these things now, then I can give you more free time at the weekends. Since our schedules are different, I can manage the chores when I'm home on Saturday and Sunday.
Sure, if you say so.
I'm finishing a surgery tomorrow at about 4 in the morning, by the way. Do you think you could wake up a bit early to come and pick me up from the hospital? It would be great if you could help me out and give me a ride home.
Are you crazy? Just get a cab home. That's way too early to ask me to get up. I'm not losing all that sleep.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I guess I shouldn't have asked you to do that. Let's just eat.
What is all this?
Well, I thought it could be nice to have some pancakes and fruit to start the day.
I wanted to eat French toast, though, not pancakes. Just make chicken and waffles tomorrow.
But I don't know how to make that.
Jesus, just look it up. I'm sure there are loads of recipes on the internet. I heard from your mother-in-law that your husband has quite the appetite, so I brought some things over for the 2 of you. It's all frozen, so you can just stick it in the freezer and defrost it when you need to.
Hey, Mom, do you have any of that grilled chicken? Mark mentioned he really liked it when you made it last time.
This is everything I brought with me. You'll have to remind me to make the grilled chicken for the next time.
Sure thing.
Do you have a cleaner coming over to help with things? Obviously, I'm helping with the cooking, but do you have time for all the housework?
No, we're doing it on our own at the moment.
Well, in my experience, men get sulky when they don't have enough food. Make sure you're cooking things regularly and keeping him fed. Take care of him, okay?
Okay, Mom, I got it.
One more thing I wanted to ask. Are you happy? Now that you're living with the person you were so determined to marry.
Why are you asking? Would you be angry if I told you that I was happy?
I want you to be honest with me, that's all. No parent wants to hear that their child isn't happy, but I would support you in whatever.
Well, I would say we're still figuring things out. He changed his mind about splitting the chores, so he really doesn't lift a finger with the cooking and cleaning.
All men are like that once they're married. They take you for granted. You know, Mark hasn't even called me since the 2 of you got married. Not a word.
Mom, be realistic. Think about how you treated him before the wedding. Do you think that could be why he doesn't call you?
Does every single parent have to welcome their child's future marriage partner with open arms? It's natural to feel protective. I'm sure there are plenty of other families who have objected to a wedding before. He needs to get over himself. Besides, since I said I would allow the 2 of you to get married, I've never mentioned my reservations again. I know it's the weekend, but it would be nice if he could make the time for all of us to get together and have a meal here. He doesn't make any effort with me. There's more than enough food here for us all to spend some time together and get to see each other and talk in person.
Mom, just give him some space for a while. He was really hurt by what you said.
He's never come down to the office when I'm in the building management office either. Not once.
He's busy at work, Mom. You know that. Is it the day after tomorrow that you're going in for those tests at the hospital?
Yes, that's right.
I'll call you tomorrow and check on how you're feeling. But be careful of what you're eating until then, okay?
Okay, sweetie. Daisy, is that you?
Oh, hi, babe.
What are you doing in this neighborhood? Do you need something?
I'm on my way to meet a friend. She's hosting a few of us at her place for a little meet-up and craft party. Do you live around here? I never knew that.
Yeah, I do.
It's almost scary bumping into you like this. I guess the city is smaller than I thought.
Do you need something from the store?
I managed to put a big hole in my stocking, so I came to grab some new ones.
You've always been a very feminine woman. I find that kind of girly style very attractive, to be honest.
Well, my mom gives me some spending money so I can go shopping often.
Oh, that's awesome. Does she give you a decent allowance every month then?
Well, Well, thanks to you, I finally have a reason to wear all the pretty clothes I've been buying. What about you? What are you here for?
I just came to buy some beers and some frozen pizzas. Nothing exciting.
What? That's crazy. Why are you buying that when you're a married man? Surely your wife has dinner ready for you at home.
If you have a bit of time, would you want to go and grab a coffee with me?
I'd love to, but my friend is waiting for me. She's prepared a whole spread of food. I don't want to ditch her.
Sure. Maybe we can go out later then. What neighborhood is she in?
She lives at 108 Nettleham Road. We should be done by about 6 this evening.
Well then, I will drive by and pick you up later this evening.
Sounds good. Man, this is so funny. What a coincidence that we bumped into each other. Have you been doing well? How's married life?
I mean, it's fine, I guess.
Well, why are you with her if you're not happy with your relationship? Surely you should leave her if you're already feeling bored with things.
Her mom was against the idea of us getting married. I guess that's why I still feel a bit unsure about it all. How's your mom doing? Is she well?
Yeah, she's fine, I guess. Same old, same old.
She works in social service, right? I remember she was doing some kind of voluntary work.
She's always been pretty active in the community, so yeah. She's still doing that, and she's been caring for an old lady, too. It sounds like you're doing well for yourself, though. I heard through the grapevine that you bought 2 buildings downtown after you broke up with me.
I don't know. To be honest, things haven't actually been that great lately.
Oh, really? How come?
My mother-in-law is always nagging me about this or that. Nothing I do is enough for her.
She only has the one daughter, though. Surely she's being very generous with her new son-in-law. Has she not bought you a new car or anything?
I have no idea what she spends her money on, but it sure isn't me.
Well, where's your wife? It's a Saturday, so I doubt she's working, but I don't see her with you.
She went to visit her parents.
I guess you must both be very busy since you're both doctors.
Yeah, my wife works 11 or 12 hours every day. I barely even see her these days.
Oh, that must really suck. I can't imagine being newly married and barely seeing my partner.
Are you seeing anyone at the moment?
No, not right now. You really broke my heart. I just can't trust men anymore.
Sorry about that. Your number is still the same, right? You haven't got a new phone since we last talked?
Why do you ask?
Hey, honey, I'm back from my mom's place. Oh, right. Hi.
What are you up to? Did you have a good day?
My day was fine. I'm just watching the baseball now.
What are all the beer cans and pizza boxes? Have you spent the whole afternoon on the sofa? Did you want to avoid seeing my mom that badly? She made a big spread, you know. It had all your favorites. It might have been a bit nicer than pizza in front of the TV.
Whatever. As long as you got to eat to your heart's content, just leave me be. I'm happy here instead.
My mom is going in for all those health screenings the day after tomorrow. It would be nice if you went to talk to her beforehand. You only have to go and say hi. Nothing too much.
It's just a couple of tests. Why do I have to go and talk to her? It's really not a big deal. Even if it does turn out that she has cancer, I'm sure she'll be fine. And if she isn't, maybe it won't be such a bad thing.
How could you even say that to me? You're almost making it sound like it would be a good thing if she did have cancer. She's my mom. I'm worried about her.
Babe, let's switch gears. I have something I want to talk to you about.
What?
The head of the building management team said something weird to me yesterday.
What are you talking about?
Apparently the parking lot is a mess, and she's selling up instead of paying to get everything fixed. I had heard the building was going to be changing hands, and a friend asked me what I was going to do and what would happen to me. It really hurt my feelings, to be honest. She only has one child, and she owns a whole building. I couldn't bring myself to tell them I didn't know anything about it.
I'm her daughter, and I don't know what you're talking about either. I wouldn't take it personally.
You think so? Your mom is selling a 19-story hospital building that she owns herself. Don't you think it's weird that she would sell it without talking to you about it? Surely she should leave it to her daughter. I thought it was really weird.
I mean, she never said anything to me about what was happening with the building, but I never asked either. I can't help you on this one. Anyway, I brought you some leftovers from my mom. She made a bunch of your favorites and froze them all for me to bring home so we can have quick meals. There's a big salad in here, too. And a few sides and homemade sauces.
I can't believe she still cooks for you like this. Surely she has better things to do. Besides, don't you think it would be better for you to learn to cook for yourself? That way you can make whatever we want without waiting for her to make it for us.
I'll cook more when things at the hospital are a bit calmer. It's just too crazy right now. Just you wait. Soon enough, I'm going to be whipping up some Michelin-level meals in our little kitchen. You're going to be so impressed.
Can't you buy me a new car? You said we could get a new one once we have more patients at the clinic, and we do now.
What? Where did that come from? Come on, Mom. Let's just go for the second round and see how we do.
I'm serious. I can't do this chemotherapy anymore. It's just too much. It's killing me, I swear. It's so horrible. I can't do anymore.
Mom, please just hold on. You can do this. Just be brave.
What is that? Do you smell that?
What smell? I don't smell anything.
Something smells really bad. It's kind of sour smelling.
Oh, really? I don't smell anything. I'm sure it's fine.
I'm serious, Hannah. I want to stop all this. I don't want any more injections. Please don't make me do this.
Mom, there are people who have had cancer for over a year and they still can't operate. This is really your best option. It's only been a few months. Just keep going.
I'm just so sick of all of this. I've had enough. What's the problem with having a bad pancreas anyway? Is it really such a big deal? You should have realized something was wrong ages ago when I first started to feel so tired all the time. I thought you were supposed to be a doctor. What's the point of having a doctor in medicine if she won't even diagnose me with anything?
Mom, I remember telling you several times that I thought you might have pancreatic issues. Your pancreas is really deep inside your abdomen, though, so it's difficult to feel any problems when examining from the outside. This isn't the first time someone has had a later diagnosis. I've heard of several cases of stage 3 pancreatic cancer where it was completely undetectable until it had spread to other parts of the body. You've actually been really lucky to get diagnosed when you did, you know.
Are you really trying to tell me I've been lucky while I'm sitting in a hospital getting chemotherapy? I feel terrible all the time.
I'm glad you clearly have enough energy to talk back. That's a great sign. Now, let's do your other arm and get this over with, okay?
Just stop it! Leave me alone!
This is the last thing you have to do, and then you can go get washed up like you've been wanting to. Even if you can't have a full shower, a warm damp towel should do the trick and feel very relaxing.
I can't believe this is how you're going to treat me. You're fine and healthy. I'm the one who's struggling.
Mom, please just work with me here.
You have to wash my feet, too.
I will do, Mom. Mark came by earlier, right? Obviously, he doesn't usually work on Saturdays, so he said he would swing by.
No, I didn't see him.
What? He didn't come to see you.
Yeah. Did he tell you he had talked to me?
Oh, no, I just forgot. He got caught up in a surgery earlier and said he wouldn't be able to make it. My bad, Mom.
There's no point in him coming to visit anyway. I've got no energy to talk properly, and I just look ugly after being stuck in a hospital room for so long.
You're a patient. You've seen people at their very lowest. Don't worry about your appearance right now.
Will you spend the night here with me again? I hate sleeping by myself in this nasty room.
Of course, Mom. I'll stay for as long as you want.
Aren't you tired? You can't be very comfortable sleeping here.
You're in a fancy room, so the sofa is wider than in the other rooms. It's plenty comfortable for me to get some sleep.
Thank you, sweetie. When I'm back to being healthy, I'll repay you, I promise. Oh, God, that hurts! Mom? Mom? No!
My God, is he still sleeping? I know it's not his mom in hospital, but this seems a bit heartless. I mean, I guess it's Sunday. I should let him get some rest and just manage everything myself. What? Where is he? That's strange. Where can he have gone so early in the morning?
Wake up, Hannah. Why are you still sleeping? I can't believe you would have a nap for so long. You're just being lazy.
Oh, you're home? I was looking for you this morning. I thought you would be at home still. Where did you go?
Why does it matter where I went? I went to watch a baseball game. That's all.
Oh, really? How was it?
That's irrelevant. How long are you going to be away every weekend? You're never here anymore. You're always at the hospital with your mom.
What? Why?
She already has a caregiver and a nurse at the hospital. Why do you have to spend every weekend there too?
Well, honey, she has stage 3 cancer. If it was stage 1, I might be less worried. But she's already an older woman. You know how dangerous pancreatic cancer is. I'm worried about her.
Well then, do you really think things will turn out any differently just because you're there too? You're not helping her get better, you know.
What did you just say?
She could be in hospital for ages. You don't want to burn yourself out with work and taking care of her at the weekends. You have to be smart about how you're using your energy.
I am being smart. This is literally my career. Your mother-in-law is in hospital with pancreatic cancer, and you haven't even been to see her once. If you're worried about me burning out, why don't you help too?
What are you talking about? You know the hospital isn't allowing just any kind of visitors right now. It's caregivers only. I wouldn't be allowed in to see her.
And you couldn't just give her a quick phone call? The old lady in the next room over isn't allowed visitors either, but her family finds a way. Her kids come and visit on the first floor, and then call up to the phone in her room so they can talk to her.
Well then, clearly that woman did a better job of raising her kids if they care that much about her.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
I can't believe you would completely forget about what your own mom did to you. Or maybe you're willing to just move past it. I suffered too, though, and I remember it.
Let's stop talking about this. We're clearly not going to agree. Your face is getting a bit red, so I can tell you're getting all hot and bothered.
What are you talking about? I'm fine.
I appreciate that until recently, my mom wasn't diagnosed with anything, and so her complaints seemed like nothing to worry about. But now we know she has stage 3 pancreatic cancer. As a doctor, are you really going to sit there and talk about an older woman like that? Knowing how ill she is.
I guess I just don't see this as some kind of tragic situation, that's all. Think about how she acted towards us in our relationship throughout our whole marriage. Besides, this kind of illness is common among older people like her. It's just how things go sometimes. How many times have the two of us been able to sit down and enjoy a hot meal together at the end of a long day, huh? I reckon we could count them on one hand.
What do you want from me? I sit down at the table in the morning for my breakfast, then go to the hospital for work or to see my mom, and then I come home in the evening. I've even been preparing meals in advance. I don't see what more you want me to do. Can't you just support me and be there for me while my mom is sick? I just need you to be a husband right now.
From the very beginning of our relationship, you've never been good at housekeeping and doing women's jobs. If we were ever to have kids, you would need to do everything for your family. They should be your whole life, not your job. Right now, you're just hanging on to your mom. She's an elderly woman with stage 3 pancreatic cancer. She's obviously not going to survive it. Chemotherapy has already made her really weak.
Are you insane? What the hell did you just say?
What? Say that to me again. I dare you.
I said, are you insane? Who the hell do you think you are? Who are you to decide that my mom is going to die? Are you some kind of all-knowing God who can see the future?
Stage 3 cancer is a death sentence. Be realistic.
Wow. I hope you know that was a death sentence for our relationship.
I asked if we could have chicken and waffles months ago, and you never once made an effort to make it for me. All we have are the same 3 boring, frozen meals day in and day out. Don't you think I'm bored of this low-effort life? You should be trying harder to take care of me.
I'm sorry. Are you really this upset over chicken and waffles? Is that what started all of this? You're acting like a spoiled child right now. How did you not getting to eat chicken and waffles turn into me being a bad person for visiting my mom in the hospital?
You told me you would make it for me.
God, you are actually just the worst person ever. I don't care if she isn't your mom. She is part of your family and means so much to me. You know, my mom tried to warn me before the wedding that this would happen. She told me that men will just use their wives as their personal servants, and she was right. I genuinely hate you. I hate you!
Don't you think there could be a correlation between your mom treating you badly when you were a kid and her being diagnosed with cancer now? Maybe this is her karma catching up with her. Either way, she's going to die. Her cancer has progressed too far for her to recover, even with chemo or surgery.
Just stop it. I've heard enough. If you won't shut your mouth, I'm going to come over there and shut it for you. Watch me.
Oh, is that a threat?
Why do you seem surprised that I'm upset? You just told me my mother was going to die and that you didn't care.
It's not like I'm going to inherit the hospital building when she dies. It doesn't really affect me. Why should I apologize or feel sorry for what I said? It was all just facts.
Oh my God. I can't believe you would start talking about owning buildings in the middle of this conversation. You are so thoughtless.
Well, if she dies, how are we going to know what to do with it? Will she have sold it by then, or will you inherit it?
I'm sorry. Do you want me to go and ask my mother about organizing her estate while she's receiving chemotherapy for her late-stage cancer? How can you even suggest that?
When did I tell you to do that?
God, this is almost funny if it wasn't so sad. Clearly all you're worrying about the building and whether or not you're going to get it is why you've been so off lately.
Says who?
What are you doing, sweetie? Mom, it doesn't look like you've been cutting your toenails. They're really grown out.
Oh, that's dirty. Stop looking at my feet. I'll deal with them later.
It's fine. You just keep looking out the window. I'll fix them for you.
Hannah.
Yes, Mom?
Come over here, won't you?
Why? Can't you see I'm busy? I have to get you ready for your surgery, don't I? I think this will really help you feel better. Why do you keep looking at me like that?
Come on. Come here.
Why, though?
Can you see that building over there? Come here. I'm pointing at it.
What? I don't understand.
That gray building that looks like it's leaning 45 degrees, with all the interesting architectural details.
Sure. The one with the cafe on the first floor? I can see it, yes.
Well, I've been thinking about buying it. I'm just waiting for the value to go down a bit. It's been on the market for a little while.
Oh, I see. Is that why you sold your old building?
Huh?
You know, the hospital building.
Yes, I guess you must have heard through your patients or something. You know, I had actually planned to invest the money I got from selling the building when I first thought about it. There's a private hospital in another state that I was planning to invest the money in instead, but I heard there was some kind of outbreak there and I changed my mind. Instead, I decided I wanted to buy you your own hospital to give you a real foundation for your career and your future.
For me and Mark, right?
Of course, I'm going to put both of your names on the paperwork. I know I haven't always been supportive, but if you say that he's grown up and changed, then I want to give it as a gesture of goodwill.
Mom.
Yes, honey?
You're going to get better, you know?
I know that. Why do you bring that up?
Well, the way you're talking is as if you're already gone. I know you're not feeling very strong because of the chemo, but you should buy the building under your own name. I'm happy to pay rents and run our practice from a building we pay for ourselves. You don't need to do all this for us.
Well, I already have another building, so what does it matter if I buy another?
Just give that one to Mark later. He would be really grateful. Mom, you're just the best. There is no one else in the world that could compare to you. Truly. Me and Mark are doing well right now, though, and the hospital is getting more well-known. You can trust us to get on with things ourselves, you know.
Really? Are you sure?
I'm sure, Mom.
I want to get a divorce.
What? Is that a joke?
I want a divorce.
Why?
It's because of your mom selling her building. She didn't say a word to either of us. I can't believe she wouldn't discuss things with her daughter before doing something like that. I can't stand for being ignored and mistreated like this anymore, so I want a divorce.
Are you really that pathetic? Is it that easy to hurt your feelings?
Apparently your mom is going over to her new building today, since she sold the old one. She said it was all thanks to me that she found the new place and gave me a tie to say thank you for everything I did. I couldn't even laugh about it, I was so upset. She told me that she had been thinking about moving on for a while after I spoke to her.
Well, that sounds like a good thing. I don't understand what the problem is.
Well, now I have no idea what I'm supposed to do next. That's the problem. I have no idea where this new building is or who the new building manager is either. Do you really think it's responsible for her own son-in-law to have no clue what's going on?
I mean, is it really that important? Surely it's kind of nothing to do with you.
Well, it certainly has nothing to do with our marriage, that's for sure.
What makes you say that? Why are you suddenly talking about our marriage?
I wanted a family, that's all. That's why I decided to marry you.
Well, we're not a family now that you want a divorce. I don't think I follow your point here.
Babe, listen to me. If you quit your job at the hospital, I'll run it for you. You can trust me to take over for you. I just want you to quit being a doctor and stay at home. That's all. I want a family and a wife that will cook for me and keep the house clean.
Oh my God, you're actually crazy! I'm a smart, talented woman who has successfully established her own hospital. I earn $10,000 a month after tax, and you want me to quit and stay home? Why should I do that?
Right now, we're just not matching up, you know. When we got married, I told you that I needed a wife and I needed a family. I never needed a life partner. I'm doing well enough on my own.
What's the difference between a wife and a life partner? Surely that's exactly the same thing.
Living with you feels like living with a partner, but living with my ex-girlfriend feels like living with a wife.
What did you just say? Are you serious?
I'm sorry, Hannah. I've started seeing my ex-girlfriend again recently.
You have to be kidding me. Are you telling me you're having an affair?
I am. Come on. Surely that's enough to get you to agree to a divorce now.
You've been seeing your ex-girlfriend again. The one you broke up with a while before we started dating.
Yes, I told you that already. When I'm with her, I just feel a peace and happiness that I don't get when I'm with you. She never nags me to do the laundry or help with any of the jobs around the house.
Oh, be quiet. I get it. You're having an affair. Just stop talking before I really kick off at you. So you mean to tell me this has all been going on while I've been at the hospital with my mom? Supporting her through the hell that is receiving chemotherapy. So the real reason you never came to the hospital to visit her was because you were busy meeting your mistress.
Yes, that's right. Hannah, surely now you know what's been going on, you'll agree to a divorce, right?
Sure, let's get a divorce. I hope you're ready to start paying alimony for what you did. I want her to have to pay too.
That's not too bad. I can manage that. The girl I've been seeing is pretty rich herself. I doubt alimony will be a problem. Her mom may not be as rich as Hannah's mom, but she still owns a small building downtown. I bet she has some money stashed somewhere. Besides, she'll be dead before too long.
Oh my God! I can't believe this! That crazy girl! God, I am so angry right now! I can't believe this! Mom, please calm down. You're going to mess up your chemo treatment. Please just settle down. What happened? Is everything okay? Just sit back down, Mom. It's okay. The cancer cells are dying. Just wait a bit longer and it will all be done and over with. God, I can't believe I've turned into a mother with a divorced child. How could you do this? You're getting a divorce. Mom, let go of my arm. It's too late anyway. I already signed all the paperwork. Oh my God. I can't believe you would do this. What are you thinking? Mom, trust me when I tell you it was the only option. He deserves it. Listen to me. He was just... I don't know. But he just wasn't what I needed in a husband. Even so, why would you do this? You crazy girl. Oh my God. I warned you about this before the wedding. I told you he wouldn't be a good husband. Why didn't you listen to me? Mom, that hurts. Let go of my arm, please. I know you're mad, but you don't need to grab me like that. You're stronger than I expected for an old woman. This girl, I swear. I told you he was wrong for you from the beginning, and you told me I was wrong. You said that I should trust you, and I did. I guess now you've come to your senses and realized I was right all along. Mom, please, stop.
Excuse me, boss.
Yes, Mark? What is it?
If you call for someone, you should have just told me.
Just a moment, please. I am busy looking at these documents. Wait there a second.
I'm busy too, you know. I have to go into surgery in a few minutes.
Oh, don't worry. There's no need for you to do that.
I'm sorry. How come?
I can do it. I'll do the surgery.
What? What do you mean?
Mark, can I ask you something?
Sure, go ahead.
When are you going to quit your job here?
Well, why do I need to quit my job? Have I done something wrong?
Well, obviously the two of us are divorced now. Don't you think it's strange that both of us are still working at the same hospital? I'm sure you can't be comfortable with it. We split up a year ago. Why haven't you found another job at a different hospital? I would have thought you would want some space.
Is there a problem with me continuing to work here? Am I causing some kind of disruption or upset?
No, there's no problem.
Well then, why do I have to leave? If there's no issue, I don't see why I should have to go.
Well, I am uncomfortable with it. We're divorced, and I don't like working with my ex-husband.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I'm perfectly comfortable.
I'm asking you nicely to leave the hospital, Mark.
I can't do it. I won't leave.
Why not?
If I leave here, I have no way of earning the money to pay you alimony. That could cause real issues for me, and I don't want that to happen. As you know, the arrangement right now is that it's deducted from my monthly salary, and I think the system works well.
Isn't your new wife from a wealthy family? I'm sure she would be able to help you pay alimony if you didn't have any income for a while.
No, she isn't rich.
What do you mean? I thought you told me that her mother owned a 7-story building downtown. That sounds pretty rich to me. Your mother-in-law passed away recently too, so I imagine that the building belongs to yourself and your wife now.
No, not really. She asked not to receive medical treatment when she died, but the doctors did it anyway. She didn't have any health insurance, so all the money she had went into paying off her medical bills. There was nothing left for me and my new wife.
Oh, really? I'm sorry to hear that. How are you and your wife getting by these days, then?
Well, we're living within our means, I guess. We try not to make extravagant purchases.
Ah, I see. I guess you're not able to live the lavish life you had dreamed of then, if that's the case. So, does your wife stay at home, or does she have a job too? Perhaps you wanted her to stay and do the housework while you worked, to get that family feeling you wanted.
Yes, she stays at home.
Well, however things are for you, I will need to ask you to leave the hospital. I was waiting for you to leave on your own, to be honest, but it seemed like that wasn't going to happen. I'm surprised you survived a whole year, honestly. You really must be shameless, working for your ex-wife and living with your old mistress.
I don't have the time or skills to pick up a side hustle and make more money, but I end up with nothing at the end of the month. I try to save some after I've paid the bills, but my wife is addicted to shopping and she just spends it all on clothes. I've only been married to her for about 8 months, and I'm already in debt. I think I owe the bank about $3,000 already. I can't leave this job. I have to stay here. Believe me, I would have quit if I could.
I'm sorry, but you could have been looking for a new job all this time. You're a good doctor. I'm sure you'll find something.
I wish that were true, but my professional reputation was ruined by everything that happened. Word got around that I had cheated on you while your mom was going through cancer treatment, and that was why we had gotten a divorce. I can't get another job.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing. That sounds like a tough situation.
My wife is also 5 months pregnant, so I need to start thinking about the cost of raising a child.
Ah, I see. So your new wife, who doesn't have any useful skills and doesn't work, is now 5 months pregnant and spending all your money going out shopping. I can see why you must feel very responsible right now.
So you understand then, that I need this job?
Please leave.
Boss, please.
Go ahead. Say whatever's on your mind and get it all off your chest. You'll feel better afterwards.
My mom is still living with my aunt back in her hometown, but she called me recently and told me she had some news. Apparently, she had been undergoing some tests, and she's been diagnosed with stage 3 cancer, just like your mom.
Despite what you said to me, I'm sure she'll be able to beat her cancer. I mean, just look at my mom. You told me she was definitely going to die, and now she's out golfing with her friends every weekend in summer.
Can you at least reduce the alimony payments? Just make them a bit less, please.
I am afraid I can't do that.
Well then, I can't stop working here, so we're back at the same point.
I'm sorry, Mark. Actually, we've been working on remodeling another building to open a second location for our hospital. We're going to be relocating in about 3 weeks anyway. But there is one thing I should tell you. I'm thinking of changing the medical team when we make the move, and you're not going to be kept on. Now, I'm asking you politely to leave.
A new hospital? Why didn't I know about this?
I must not have told you. You remember that my mom sold her old building and bought a new one, right? She took me to see it one day. It's really nice. It looks really fancy from the outside, and the inside will be great once it's finished. She said she had bought it and signed all the paperwork in my name as an investment in my future and my career. Why would I keep renting this building from someone else if I could just relocate my work into a building I owned myself? Don't you think so too?
So, you mean that huge 11-story building that's been under construction? You own it? That's going to be where the hospital moves to?
Yes, that's right.
Hannah,
Yes.
if I got a divorce and came back to you, is there any part of you that would forgive me? Do you think you would take me back? I know things have been difficult between us, but I have always loved you. From the moment I first met you, I knew you were the one I wanted to spend my life with. I think about you often, and I realize now that I made a mistake.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for saying such nice things. I'm sorry to say I have no inclination to take you back, though, and I don't have any feelings for you anymore. I'm sorry. I also don't think those are the sorts of things you should be saying while another woman is out there carrying your child. It doesn't look good, you know. You should go and live that family life. You have a wife and a baby on the way. Go have some more kids and be happy.
But I know that, it's just…
Shh! Don't keep trying to explain yourself and get out of this. Now close the door on your way out.
But… Oh, why do you have to do this to me? There are other staff members outside. I don't want them to know what's going on. This is so humiliating.
Could you hand over your scrubs, please?
But, baby, please. Can't you give me another chance? We're meant for each other.
Okay, you need to get out now. You're embarrassing yourself, and it doesn't make my hospital look good to have a doctor like you working here.
God, I can't believe this.
And so, I finally managed to get rid of my ex-husband when we relocated the hospital to my new building. He was never close with any of his colleagues, but his bad reputation now means he basically can't work at any of the hospitals in the city. Instead, he had to move out of town, and apparently he's now just another dad trying to earn enough to pay the bills every month. I heard from a friend that he now lives together with his shopaholic wife and child, and his mom who has stage 3 cancer. Apparently, he only earns about $1,000 a month. Lucky for him, though, his alimony payments to me should stop by next month. I imagine that will make his life easier and give him a bit of breathing room. Oh, wait a second. I forgot. Of course, his shopaholic wife had been spending all their money and getting them into a decent amount of debt. My ex-husband tried to get back in touch with me and was begging me to pay it off. The interest is really starting to add up, I guess. I told him that I wasn't responsible for paying his bills or fixing his problems and asked him if he was happy with his new wife at least. Apparently, they fight constantly, so I guess the answer to that was a no. Still, she's saying that she would never agree to a divorce, so it seems they're stuck together. Almost immediately after his wife had their first child, she got pregnant again, too. There's just no teaching some people. I hope you enjoyed listening to my story, and please give this video a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you next time.